Hi guys, today I am diving deep into a very strong topic which is very alive for me, spiritual matrix, and I am gonna try to bring it to you and uncover and hopefully break the illusion that if you are in, if that resonates, this information. This is very, very delicate spirituality, to show you spirituality from another side. And the reason for that is my own experience that led my own results, my own life, that I woke up to and sobered up. So here we're talking about spirituality as another matrix. And I never thought of spirituality as a matrix, as a program. I never thought of it. I never thought of it as a extension of religious program. I never thought of it. I was so hungry when I came out, when I woke up, when I started to see the reality that everything around me was falling apart. The reality of things, my clear vision was coming up online, my intuition. I burned out at work, working as a nurse. I was receiving information in dreams. I was seeing dead people. Nobody could explain around me. I didn't have any guides. Even though there was many information was coming to me through dreams. Little parts here and there. I would remember some about Egypt, as I almost could read the Egyptian hieroglyphs. I could understand geometry. At age of 4, I had mushroom poisoning, and I was in the mental layer. At age of 7, I was seeing little animals that don't exist in this world. Little mice, this magical thinking, right? And I loved my dreams. You could not wake me up. I needed 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep because I'm in this astral realm. I enjoy this astral realm. I could sense, at some point I started to dream about earthquakes, about disasters, about war. Planes were crashing before they were appearing on the news. Until I burned out and I couldn't work in the matrix, in the society where, in the hospital settings where I was subject to injections, like monthly injections, some flu, something else, some kind of injection, some kind of pharmaceuticals. And then I was getting sick, and then I got my own cancer, that I finally broke out of that matrix. And when I got to Mexico, in Mexican Guatemala, I ended up in the spiritual center, meditation, bhajans, singing, mushrooms, ayahuasca. It was as if I was doing aguajara, Reiki, different things. To me, it was a place where I can finally breathe. I could finally be myself. And I found that part of me that was not suppressed or misunderstood. I was open to these new experiences. My soul started to breathe a bit. There was so much joy. There was so much beauty in spirituality. There was so much in this subtle, tangible, hi guys, whoever's joining, this you understand when you first experience ayahuasca, you understand when you first take mushrooms, you understand when you first meditate, you understand the community when everybody's hugging and loving, and they talk about higher consciousness and your bliss bodies, and you start practicing yoga, and you detoxing, and you going through transformation that is not visible. I gave up my I sold my house. I couldn't. I was so sick. I couldn't drive the car. I couldn't function in society anymore. I couldn't go to work. I could not take. I was in San Francisco. It was so material was so thick. I had everything I could imagine. I had a beautiful job. I had lots of money on my bank account. I had a custom built house. I had a brand new car. I had money to travel. And I gave that all up in order to come to Mexico. I sold everything. I had just a backpack, minimized myself. I couldn't even sell my house. My parents had to help me because I was so burned out. I was not in my body. And then when I kind of finally came to Mexico and I discovered the spiritual community, it was like I was reborn, and like, where all this been all my life? How come I just getting to know this? There's people that can freely speak about the things that I've experienced. My clear vision, I could hear voices, I could sense things, my intuition. I could freely speak about my experiences that I could not speak in the matrix, around my colleagues at work. They would call me crazy. And so when I arrived in Mexico, it was just this, it was a new reality. And I'm like, I want to be here. I just, that's all I want to be. And it was this rebirth, and I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough. I was doing mushrooms and everything that was possibly available out there every day. These processes. I was so hungry for lectures, for so many bhajans, singing, being around the people, loving. My first love experience. When you in the body, when you like, when you feel yourself. I fell in love with a guy. I was dead, and then I was reborn. But there is a but. The thing is, then at certain point in that reality, you understand that this is also illusion, that this is a matrix. And when I start to understand, is not at once. It was little by little, cracks. Every time, so I have this innate ability to sense things, to feel them, but I cannot fully. I never fully trusted my intuition, because when you're for so long in the matrix, there are so many programs that blocks that. And so to recognize that you also in the matrix in spirituality, the way we have it now, it was so beautifully done. It was so magically and beautifully done that you would never, it bypass your willpower, you bypass your critical thinking, bypass everything. And it works in the background. Kind of think that you different, kind of think that you are God. But in reality, when you come out of that, when you just step outside of the a spiritual school, spiritual family, people looking for a spiritual family, when you live inside and then you come out, you will start noticing cracks. And the way I notice first is when I couldn't go further in certain topics. I could not ask why. Then it would get very blurred. The answers will get very blurred, and I would hit a ceiling. For example, when I was working for Palm Leaf organization, it's palm leaves. They are written by sages in India, in the Indian libraries, and you can find out your current life ahead of time. You can find out the events of your life. And when I receive my own reading, I'm not attacking the knowledge right now, okay? I'm attacking the program, the way it's in the matrix, okay? You have to see this program. It's a program. And in that setting, when I ask, okay, so this is my last incarnation, and then what? And then you go to moksha, you haven't, and that's it, you're done. It doesn't explain. I had more questions after that. Okay? So you hit a ceiling. Just like with religion before. You cannot think, you cannot ask questions in religion. You will get a very blurred answer, very dominating answer. That's why I could never be in religion. There were Bible circles at some point in my work. I could not. My consciousness or something in me could not. It just resisted that. I never even picked up a Bible. I never read Bible. Now I understand why. It's a book of spell, and I will get to this, but that's a different subject. So when you hit the ceiling, when I hit the ceiling in knowledge and I couldn't ask questions, that's when I started to see that it's a box, that it's a program. Then the moment was when my health was going down, my energy was going down. Thirdly, I could not to the point where I was in the after 5 years of detoxing, after eating healthy food in the spiritual community, after singing, after karma yoga, after all this, I was in the emergency room with severe pain. My body was screaming. My body was screaming, telling me this is not the right path. There is something wrong. And I was like, maybe it's not enough. Maybe I need more and more. And the more I did, the more I would suffer with pain. So, and third one is when I started to express my own opinion. I started my own business within the spiritual community. That's when I really saw the crack. Because I could not express my own individuality. What's individuality? Individuality is your own willpower, is your own energy, is your own, is something inside you wants to realize, and it can't. Because again, when they tell you, and when I was told I cannot eat garlic, but garlic is garlic is antiviral. When you can eat onion, when you can eat meat, my body needed meat. It's do you understand? So it's like this generic scenario. Again, it's a box, it's illusion. It's someone with rules create this so that you all the same. Then the final when I invested the money, when I came out brainwashed, I came out with such a huge ego. Spiritual ego is very hard to materialize. It's hard, it's very destructive energy. If you cannot create anything, and to create something you need to destroy, and in the spirituality you are disconnected from your darkness, from your dark power, but that's how you destroy things. We'll get to it. So it's, and then I couldn't, when I came out of the spiritual matrix, came out of the spiritual community, and the second spiritual community, because I thought, okay, one was not enough. And then when I finally went into this palm leaf, first I was in Hridaya, then I was in palm leaf reading. Then I finally saw it. When I came out broke. That was the final thing. I could not materialize. That was the final thing when I had to ask for money from my parents. I was so naive when I came out that I gave money to cryptocurrency, which is alien technology that is here to be. It's so easy to manipulate when you are in this loving state, an open loving state. You're very naive. So I'm just saying, and when I came out of the spirituality, I didn't come out as God. I should come out as God, because I am God. I can create. How come only spiritual gurus? Our spiritual guru was able to buy 3 buildings with our energy, and none of us in that circle, maybe just single digits, maybe 2, 3 people that could somehow realize their own life and speak the truth and speak their own individuality and willpower to create this, to create reality, to destroy and to create common sense. Nobody. And that was the final straw. When I did not have the money to create what I wanted to create, and I want to create a huge healing center, and I couldn't. I invested my money, and that money was gone. The person, because I came out of the spirituality as a child. I came out as even more childish than I was before. I should come out as an adult, conscious adult, but I did not. I did so many levels and yoga and meditation and practiced and bhajans after bhajans. But when I came back to we have to come back in the physical reality, physical body, and I was suffering in pain. I couldn't speak. My voice was locked up, even from singing. It was still trying to tell me. There were so many. And then when I really realized, when I lost all the money, then this person, and then I went into guilt and some other programs. It nearly killed me. A suicide program kicked in after spirituality. A suicide program. I was thinking of ways to, I couldn't do it because of this huge ego, and I couldn't realize myself, and I didn't understand why I couldn't realize myself, why I couldn't speak, why I couldn't be, why I couldn't create a school of my own. And I explain to you right now the 4 things happens in spiritual matrix. Spiritual matrix is a program. First of all, it's a program within a matrix. It's a beautiful program that it's a side branch of spiritual, of a religious program. And religion program is very strong. It's for centuries. Look what they doing. Look how they building their temples on bones. Look at in India temple. Look at that. Even religion, the wars. Remember the wars. Ask yourself questions. When you read the Bible, ask questions, but you can't because it kills your critical thinking. In spirituality, they promote your magical thinking. A magical thinking is not enough. You need to convert magical thinking into critical thinking. Because you are in the matrix, you have to come back into physical body. You have to feel it. You have to create with your power, with your energy field. I can create, I can destroy with my thoughts, and I can destroy programs. And that's what I do. That's why none of my relationship can hold on to me, because I create a strong field of transformation around me. When some clients can't even stand me because I go so deep into their programs, and I see it. I see. It's not you that I go. It's to liberate you from these programs. So this is you create a strong field. Okay, so let's talk about 4 things. Critical thinking. Magical thinking into critical. There is no critical thinking. You stop asking questions. For example, when we were doing rituals with palm leaf after palm leaf, to help your doshas. Doshas are your karmas. Your karmic debt. Yeah, you did something, and in order to zero that out, which doesn't work, by the way, you would need to read certain mantras at certain times, which is a spell. We'll get to this. It's a spell. It's a magical spell. To different gods. And when I did that, the only time it was through my own willpower that I did it, not through these magical spells, it was even worse at first, but only after I came back with my own power, with my critical thinking, I started to asking questions like, monkey god, like, please look at all these pantheons of gods in Indian philosophy, Indian religion. Just look at them. They're like, any of you, when you doing these practices, any of you kind of ask questions? Monkey god, half monkey, half human. What the fuck is that? Don't you want to know who you using the spells to? Where's your energy going to? And they're supported. These are alien technology. These aliens. I'm an alien in the human body. They were aliens. They were just not hiding. They were not hiding who they were at the time. Back then, we had at the time, the aliens, different alien races. They didn't hide. They didn't hide to human, just basic human population. They came to to teach them, to give them technology. They taught them how to cultivate, how to grow food, how to heal themselves, their body through herbs. They were teaching different alchemy. Alchemy was popular. That was how we used to make medicine. Now it's the pharmaceuticals. So it's another race that created this for us, and we believe, and they made us believe that this is right now. Look who is in charge of this planet, of this matrix now. Look at them. They are not hiding anymore. This planet, it's a simulator. It's a simulator for training. Human beings, human souls are here to learn, to evolve. But the ones who has a higher consciousness, who can understand and come out of this, we are aliens. We are aliens. So monkey gods, I could. Why do I need to read the leaf? Why do I need to find that leaf when I can directly download that? Why? And I can change my reality, quantum leaps. I know how to do. I know how to make change my direction of life. I don't like something where I'm going. I know the technology. I can connect to Akashic records. I can receive information ahead of time. I can sense. I can see the programs. I possibly even wrote these palm leaves. Do you understand? There is no critical thinking. You're not asking questions. When you in the spirituality, in spiritual community, do you feel how restrictive that is? Sometimes you can express yourself. You cannot be yourself. There are certain rules. Again, rules. Society. It's because you need morality in that place. You cannot be leader. You cannot realize your own self and become God and create. That's the second point. So the first one, critical thinking. Magical thinking, no critical thinking. Second is willpower. There is no willpower. It's suppressing the willpower. It's the same mechanism as in Matrix, where you go into work, where you follow the rules, when you operating on all these programs of Matrix, that you have to be a good girl, that you only have to forgive, that you only have to wear white, that you only can be love and sweetness and forgiveness. But you're not. You are in a physical reality, in duality, in space and time. You here in the body. When you're in the body, there is no oneness. There is no oneness, you in the matrix. Wake up from that. It's a childish. It's a child. Spirituality attracts broken, traumatic, with children with traumatic psychology, with traumatic souls, with traumatic experiences, with pain, cannot withstand pain, and they need adults. They need adult to show them. All spiritual centers, there are no adults. They're children. I came in as a child, I came out as a child, even worse than a child. But you need to become an adult. You need to initiate yourself through pain, through experiences, through understanding yourself. Defend yourself. Express yourself. Speak the truth. Be the true truth to yourself, not to bend. So critical thinking, number one. Second is willpower. You have no willpower. And that's how it works. It works through, it's created, when you have no willpower, what happens? You're lazy. You want someone else to give you something, right? How wonderful it was. Somebody was cooking for me. I had just had to come for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They ring the bell. You come. It's cooked. It's warm. You just come. Variety. You go to bed. You do certain things. You give your energy for free. You give in this energy for free. You don't speak you don't need to. All these circles are designed to keep you further into this. That's just a modern psychology. It's the same thing. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? I feel bad. Well, I feel bad. Yeah, I just remembered my trauma. Yeah, from Czech. Okay, hug, and on and on. There is no willpower. There's no willpower. How? Where? How is gonna go? You've given everything. Basic needs taken care of. What else do you need? You go into schedule. It's everything scheduled for you. You don't need to think. You don't need. You don't. You just go and do and do. So after 3 months in the spiritual community, I started to feel that. That was the first signs. That were the first signs when I started to feel that my individuality started to shrink, started to go down again. After 2 years in freedom, I was traveling, I was learning by myself on my own terms. I was eating on my own terms when I was hungry, not when they ring the bell. Do you understand? It's this. It starts to become too easy. It's the same as in Matrix. In Matrix, what happens? You go to work, you pay for this, you submit to rules, you do it this way, and then you get paid and you buy your groceries, and then it's on and on and on. But there is if you lived in the countries like US and Europe, everything is possible. You can buy 20,000 flavors of ice cream. What do you want? Cakes in US, my God. So it's the same. It became a spiritual Disneyland. This is what I call it, because the senses was constantly triggered. The senses, we are like constantly initiating, constantly singing, constantly. We did have silent retreats and darkroom retreats, but this is, again, it's for to even further take you further into this illusion, further and further and further away from your body. Advaita Vedanta is not against the bodies, beyond the body. You came from there. You came to be in the body. There's no one in spiritual community that are healthy, that are self-realized, that you come out and you feel God. Not feeling, you actually God, where you can create. You don't have that. So no willpower. Willpower is zero, is down on the fucking basement. There are no boundaries. Willpower, you train your willpower on ability to speak up. But if you speak up, what will happen? If I said fuck in the heart circles, the criticism I will receive, I will be in the private meeting with the guru of this place. When I spoke my own truth about Shankar, I was shut down immediately. I was not allowed to be in the premises of that place. Even 4.5 years I was there, giving my energy for free, developing, painting, marketing, getting money for that institution. Just one time I spoke up my truth, people didn't show up for Shanka, and I was banned. This is how quickly you realize that you are in another cult, in another matrix. I don't want to call it cult, but it's a mafia. It's the same thing. Because, and this is number 3, what happens is they use your energy, just like in Matrix. You give your energy. You give your energy in exchange for money, and whatever price that depends on your skills for the Matrix. So they will pay you more money, for example, to be a surgeon, to be a pharmaceutical representative, to distribute pharmaceuticals. You get paid more. You get paid things that are valued in the Matrix. And you can, and they're beautiful souls. They're souls from different galaxies. They are cleaning toilets. And they're selling that energy. They don't even realize that they have the potential. They have the ability to receive the knowledge and to be, but they don't have the energy to come out of this because the willpower is so suppressed, and you give that energy away. By the time you're 40 or 50, you realize there is no energy and there is sickness. That's because your body is telling you, my God, we can't exist in this fucking matrix anymore. That's how you get oncology. That's how I got oncology. My cells could not replicate anymore. That was oncology diagnosis was also the crack in the first matrix. So that's 3. So no critical thinking, willpower, suppressed willpower, and you lose your energy. You lose energy through singing mantras. To whom are you singing? Where is it going? It's an egregore. The school that I was in was built on the egregore through sexual tantra. Young girls were exploited, were fucked, because they were children. They were children with magical thinking, with traumas. That's how they were taken advantage. The gurus build on this, on the sexual energy. Ayahuasca retreats. They do it. You don't even, when I was a child, I was almost raped. But I had enough of willpower to withstand that, to critical thinking, to stop that. But I never told my parents, for example. She doesn't know. But this is how, because you're in child, even if you are 30, in the 40, there were people in the spiritual community, in the tantric community, were given yoni massage. It's the energy that is, it's an egregore. You can't see it. It's a strong egregore. When you repeat in mantras, when you singing it's an egregore. You are giving your energy that is needed for your own realization. Your own realization. It's your own fucking energy. You own this by being born. You are given for that, not to other egregores, not to feed any other egregores. It's for you. That's why when you come out of it, you're all beautiful and fuzzy and cute and with a big spiritual ego. You see everybody else. But you can't create anything and you're sick. How many clients I have from spiritual communities that doing my ayahuasca retreats every week. They were almost doing it every day for like, I don't know, 20 years. Can you just imagine? The shamanism is another. It's egregores. Outside of this is they are egregores. Egregores that receive your energies. Where that energy is siphoned, you need to ask questions. Where is this energy going? Religion. Mary Magdalene. Isis. Please look it up. Start asking. Ask questions. Where is this Isis? Who is she? Where did she come from? And what there's so, can you imagine millions of people at the same time pronouncing your name? How would you feel? You will receive so much energy, you will be able to create cities. That's where you were plugged up. You plugged in, plugged up. You plugged in into a different egregore. Egregore, when that cryptocurrency came out. Just study that. Ask questions. Critical thinking. Willpower and energy. Energy, you need energy. You will be broken. You will not. You're at some point after the spiritual community, even the most magical and beautiful and amazing spiritual community, you lose all these three things. And you will be sick because somebody else is profiting. Whoever started that spiritual community is the person that's firstly, because he's realizing himself or herself. You need not to belong to anything. When I came out of Palm Leaf organization, I was called stupid. I was called dramatic, and I was called crazy. Like I was literally called crazy. I was banned. The people are afraid of me because they're afraid of the power I have. I was afraid of my own power. Critical thinking, asking questions as far as you can go. If you hit a ceiling, you're in a program. Willpower, 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 will, your will, not somebody else, your will. Do you feel like doing yoga today? No, don't do it. Do you feel like meditating at 7 a.m.? Don't do it. What is your body telling you? Are you tired? Maybe you just need to sleep. Maybe it's just, I had a period of time when I watched stupidly Netflix. I didn't have no communication. I came out of all egregores. I closed all my clients. I was inside, I was dying. You need to die into this. To feel, to finally, to come out of this spiritual matrix, this Disneyland. The senses are so dull. You overwhelmed. Detox from everything. Just hear yourself. What do you want? What do you want? It's so unfucking hard. That process is difficult to die because what's dying? The die in the programs. And your critical thinking and your willpower comes up, and your power going online, your energy. You're like, whoa! After 2 days of sleeping and 2 weeks, I spent 2 weeks dying, do nothing, not explaining to anyone, not talking, nothing. No work, no money, nothing. No projects, no talking to anyone, not reading books. Just me, plain. Wow. Not even, I just went and I made myself the food that I want at that time, at that day, not someone bringing me food. Do you understand that? That's the process. That's the process how we get all this back by being by yourself, by being away from all this. Because, and then these programs will start to die. That's uncomfortable period, but this is how you bring your willpower through that, through pain. You coming back online. And the final thing that the spiritual matrix, or any matrix, is you are, when you are in a true spirituality, when you in your true power, you have two sides. You are a god. That's why nobody comes out of spiritual retreats as gods. They fly out. They fly out. You fly. I flew out. I could see. But inside your body, being inside your body, sober, creating things with your thoughts. I don't have to go anywhere. With my thoughts, I can create. I'm God. I have energy. I have willpower, strong willpower. I can heal myself. I can manifest. I can receive knowledge. I don't read books. But to be God, like, I'm gonna give you a simple example. To be God, and you're afraid to be God. Because you have programs, because you have traumas, because you have guilt, all these programs of guilt. Oh no, I have to be good, I have to follow certain rules, morality kicks in. What is there? I have to be nice, I have to be sweet, I have to be fuzzy, I have to be white, I have to be God, I have to be in so detoxed to become God. No, I experienced that. You can't. You have to be able to kill. You have to be able to defend. You have to be able to go to combat. You have to use your critical thinking. And once in spiritual community, you can flies, you know, the flies. We have mosquitoes and flies, and you cannot. You have to capture it and put it outside. Outside of this matrix, you can't survive. Inside that spiritual community, outside of this spiritual community, I couldn't survive. There were people that took advantage of me because I'm so naive with magical thinking child. That's how I came out. I was 42. I was 42, 45. I came out of that so brainwashed with a huge ego, a spiritual ego, knowledge. I didn't know what to do with it. I couldn't know what to apply. I could not go back to the other matrix, but I couldn't exist in this matrix. And I wanted to be myself. I wanted to realize myself. I wanted to create school. But I lost my money. You know, people that took advantage of me. They took advantage of you in spiritual communities. The same thing. You are robbed from your own way of realizing. If you created a school similar to the school that you came from, it's not as a realization. You're just propagating the same egregore. And that egregore is giving you money and kind of energy and power to propel that. It's the same as in the other matrix. You yourself, you are not realizing, you're not even touching. I want to realize me, my multiple experiences throughout universes. I want to remember, I have archives. People don't even recognize me after 2 weeks. It's not me, it's not Larissa. I don't speak even the same way. The power, that line. So the power is coming through your darkness, your other side. You know what I went through? I went through, I'm gonna share with you. That's how to come up with how to connect with your darkness, how to come with your raw power that you can cut through bullshit, defend your territory, your energy, protect your energy, raise your willpower, create this huge field that nobody can penetrate. No, these are parasites. They're not people that you have to protect yourself. They're parasitic programs. In relationship, I had to do that. I had to protect, because I've used these parasitic programs. They use you, as especially you woman, spiritual woman. My God, you're food. You are such a sweet little food to them. That's why you have cancers. That's why you can't speak. That's why you can't realize. That's why men will reject you, leave you, drop you, like me, many, many times, over and over and over. But this is all for training, so that you can kick all this power, this power to kill, to defend. If something attacks me, if a mosquito attacks me, fuck, he's dead. If someone attacks me with criticism on social media, he's dead. I will nail that to the floor. I will go to their most painful place where they are coming from, that program, that parasitic program that wants to, and I will nail, and that's how I break the program. That's what I'm here for. I'm breaking the programs. I'm a guiding matrix. I understand how to build your power, how to create, how to become God, how to become powerful. Like right now, I have a neighbor that was using his chainsaw. I told him, I said, you have only 5 more minutes left. I go online, you are done. Or I will break his chainsaw by just thinking. Okay, you understand how powerful I am? And he's not using his chainsaw. We're already an hour. Do you understand? I'm so powerful. That's power. I can kill. I killed my own mother. I went through an image, and I allowed myself in this scenario. I closed my eyes and I killed every single person around me that I had some kind of attachments, because these are programs. My mother is programmed to get this energy, suck the energy out of me, not realizing, because she gave up her power a long time ago. She's in the dependent relationship. She never worked through her pain. You have to be able to kill. When you come out, because it's all suppressed. That's why we have this spiritual community with the tantra. Sexual tantra is suppressed. You suppressed anger. You're trying to play with suppressed anger. Let's talk a little bit about the tantra, sexuality. I had to go online in the pornography. Pornography, it's a place where people can express. They are all suppressed anger and their guilt. That's the only place, or in your dreams that you have sex. I was beat up by my mother when I was little, and I could, even in the tantric, in the spirituality, you go there with magical thinking again. How they in what happens to men now, they cannot use their dick. And I'm not talking about they come out of the matrix. They cannot be themselves. They can, they're in relationship that are they suppress their sexuality. They suppress their angers. They suppress their originality, their authenticity. They suppress their in these programs. They're in programs. There is no love in matrix. And then they came out of that matrix. They go into the other matrix, and they discover sexual tantra, which is another matrix. And it's a floppy dick. They can't use their dick there because it's another thing. Oh, it's you're using the egregore. The woman is guiding you. I want a man. I haven't found the man in all my existence. I went through spirit tantra and in my previous in matrix, and none of them they couldn't use their dick. You have power, man. You have power in your dick. You can penetrate a woman, but I never experienced that. You always asking woman, can we have? You should. You should. You know how I would feel relaxed that I don't have to initiate. You just want to grab me and you know what you're doing. That's what we want. It's consciousness. I don't want these candles and then you flopping around and you don't know what you're doing. It's a little banana that you like, then you hit a trauma, then I say something, and you hit your mother trauma or what, I don't know. You can't, it's collapsing. We kill. It's a matrix, it's an illusion. You don't come out to your own power, man, woman. You used. It's another egregore. Any spiritual tantric facilities, schools are under an egregore that receive humongous amount of energy, sexual energy, that are there for your realization. What do you realize? Do you come out of this in the relationship that you can create, and you can create your own school and you can create? No. If you don't have the money, if you don't have a relationship, and you came out of the spiritual tantric retreat, and you sick, you are just brainwashed again. You suppressed even more your power that you need to create. And to create, you need to destroy. You need to fucking destroy your partner, that program inside. You need to break through that. Woman, we want that power. I want to feel that power. Most of the men right now, I'm gonna talk about sexuality and partnership in another topic, but most of the men are castrated. They're in some pornography. They're with their mother. They are not realized. They're in their relationship they don't know how to work their dick. They're in a spirituality, even more brainwashed, and the rest are gay. Because they're like, okay, we can. Do you understand? So this is the spiritual matrix. This is the spiritual matrix. You can't use your power. Inside of me, there's a killing spree. So I went through that killing spree. I closed my eyes and I just did this. I killed everything. My own mother. In dreams, I was killing my own mother for a long time, and I would wake up and, how could I? But she's so sweet. How could I? You can. You're in the matrix. There are rules. There's society, so that you behave in a certain way. Think of you when you're in a dream. That's your natural state. Karma. Oh yeah, that's the next one. So it's the religion egregore kicks in that says you cannot think of your mother like that. You cannot kill someone. Remember, it's a sin. But you can. I killed my mother I consciously, I closed my eyes and I killed every single one. It's like fire. It's just like a killing spree. Every ex-husband, partner, every single one. I just killed them. Do you know how much energy I released that I was suppressing? I was so horny. There's so much sexual energy just there. My body changed. I'm not clenching my jaws anymore at night. And I was coming up with all these braces and stuff. You don't need it. My body is relaxed. I sleep. I love my body. I'm fully present in my body. I don't suppress and relax. My throat used to be so, I couldn't speak for a long time. You need to scream like little children. You have to, that's body reaction. Whatever's happening in the now, in the time, not later and 10 years later in a psychology office and psychiatrist, you telling them your 10-year-old story. Not this time. You need to do it now. You feel right now, you feel horny, go fuck someone. Can't fuck someone? I don't know. Do something with your body that you express that energy in a creative way. I don't know. Come on. Just do it. If you want to scream. If you need to go outside right this moment, you're feeling like screaming. If you have ability to go somewhere in a mountain, just walk out, whatever you're doing, and go scream. If you need to defend yourself, to scream. If you're in a narcissistic relationship, you need to be able to come up. If you need to retreat to receive that energy, come out and you just go for it. Women, please. If you're in narcissistic relationships, they're there to teach you that, to break that spell. Anyway, the relationship later, matrix, spiritual matrix. You cannot scream in spiritual matrix. You cannot say fuck. You cannot be authentic. You cannot be yourself, because part of you suppress even further. I tried to express my thoughts, my truth, and what happened? I was exiled. I don't know. You out of our spiritual community. You can only be on the ground if you do TTC, and you continue that giving up your own realization to this egregore. That's basically the trade. When they're buying buildings, I want to buy building. I want resources in the matrix, and I will do that, and I will show it to you. I will be the leader. But you need to come to the truth to yourself. You need to see. You need to ask questions. It's illusionary thinking. You're in illusion. If you cannot see entire reality, what's happening with the world, if you cannot see going beyond, go beyond that, and stay still in the physical body and be healthy and if you don't have money, you are still in the matrix. If you don't have energy, if you're sick, if you are in a spiritual matrix. That's it. You're not realizing yourself. You don't have any of this. 4 things. Critical thinking. You have magical thinking. Magical thinking only in kids. You're not adult. You're not adult in conscious adult. That's the next level, conscious adult. I'm gonna do another podcast about this. So 4 things, remember 4 things you lose in the spiritual matrix or any other matrix. You're programmed. It's a program. You are in under influence of a program. It's how this happens through 4 things. Critical thinking. You have magical thinking. You don't have critical thinking. You're not asking questions. You're not asking good questions. You're not asking inside, why am I not God by the end of 5 level of TTC? Why can I create? Why am I still sick? Critical thinking. Who are these gods? Who's Mary? Who is Jesus? Think of just you have all these answers, but you don't ask them. Critical thinking. Your willpower only comes online when you have both sides, your material side and your spiritual, your divine side. 2 things. You cannot live in one. In oneness, in the material, in matrix, you will do shit. Willpower. Do you feel willpower in my voice? Willpower. At will. The guy is not cutting his wood. At will. I materialize this beautiful house. At will. My will. Not someone else. My will. I do whatever the fuck I want today. My will. You cannot tell me that I cannot say that. My will. And the stronger it is, the stronger you will be tested. That's another thing. Willpower through pain. You have to go through pain, through agony, not to be able to be okay in any place. Anything is here is for your education. If you're in a difficult place, if you have no money, you have to be okay. That's how your willpower comes online. Nobody can manipulate you. But you are manipulated when you are in the matrix, you program, you manipulate it, and you manipulate others. There is no, it's a simulation. Number 3 is energy. You need energy for your health, to sustain the body, to be able to act, to be able on your will. You need thinking. You need ability to go get whatever you need, the resources. I want to create my healing center the way I want. And I will create it. But for this I need energy. And energy goes in different things. But if you're in a spiritual community, your energy is drained. It goes into egregore. Or if you're in a relationship, it goes into your relationship. If you're at work, it goes into the at work and the other matrix. Your energy has to go towards you. You have to be able to put boundaries. You have to be able to know where the energy goes to. Energy is the currency. Is not the USD. Is not pounds. Is not money. Is energy. How do you sustain? How do you make energy? That's why I do liver detoxes. That energy molecules are inside the liver, not in your adrenals. That energy, adrenal energy in the physical body. Then there is a subtle energy. How to harness that energy inside your body and not to fly out somewhere. How to create that energy and sustain it, save that energy. That's very deep topic. I'll do another podcast. And final number 4 is what? To become the creator, become God yourself. But for this, you need to be able to destroy when you and create. For this, you need to become God. You have to realize that God, in order to create something, you have to destroy. What happens when have these visionary boards, and like before the new year, like right now, we have a lot of these practices. You want a partner, right? You need to imagine, you need to write down what kind of partner is this? Does he have money? What kind of color of his eyes? How big, how tall he is? What kind of job he has? If you want to materialize a house, you need to envision, and there's boards, right? You know that doesn't work. It's a magical thinking, because you need critical thinking, you need a willpower, and you need energy for this, and you need to become a God. And so what happens when people start practicing that? I did that with my partner, my ex-partner. And what did I attract? And when I said I want to buy my own building for us and to start a healing center, what happened? I went into cryptocurrency and I lost money, and I got scared. Because I got in a car accident, and then my ex-partner broke up with me, and I had to leave France. I got scared by my own visualization, because you don't understand how it works. It has to work through destruction. So it destroyed all this illusion, and now I can create from a new place, from a more powerful place. Okay? So when you don't get what you actually envisioned, and you get something opposite, and you like, oh my God, it's a fucking joke. Something got crossed up up there, right? It's you. You need to go through destruction first in order to create what you just thought of, where you want to be. You need to destroy your old self. That version of you need to destroy it. And how do you destroy it? Become angry. Destroy. I don't want to work in this. I want to start my own business. I want to speak what I want to speak. So you got scared. You got scared by your power. You have the power. So a lot of that's but if you only have visionary boards, it's a magical thinking. You need to convert it to critical thinking. So remember 4 things: willpower, critical thinking, willpower, energy, and then becoming creator, God, and not to be afraid. You cannot be afraid. If you're afraid, I was afraid of spiders, and after I did this killing things, day of killing, felt so good. I'm not afraid of spider. I talk to them. I give them names. They exist in my. I'm not scared. Anything that comes into me. Right now we have disasters. You're gonna go through disaster. You should be okay. They are training you. People that are attached to their homes, attached to their money, attached to their cars, attached to their relationships, attached to their style, role, it collapse. The life in Matrix is gonna teaching you to be flexible, to be able to be okay, not to be scared. When first-time clients that do a liver detox with me, or they do parasite cleanse, they're so scared. They're so scared what comes up. and then they do another one. It's easy. It's easy. So it's through that. It's discomfort, it's pain. So if you going through a breakup, it's a training. It's a training. You should be okay by yourself. You should be okay to go through pain. There's a great movie, now I can't remember, Sandakan. I will do a few posts about this. It's great. It's a great training. Look at the Matrix and Neo. He had to go through fucking disaster. In Sandakan, this guy, they beat him up. He goes into they torture him with fire. They beat him his pain. They with a whip. They torture him with water. They put him in prison. And in the end, he's even more powerful. You have to be okay. You have to go through pain, through discomfort. Whatever, these are little things. So right now, if you're losing something, this is your training ground for that willpower. Because your willpower is down in the fucking basement. You have to be okay. A person didn't choose me. Didn't choose me. I'm okay. I'm okay by myself. I'm even more okay by myself. I'm more powerful through that. Someone rejected me. Someone wrote a bad critical criticism. I love it. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna, if someone hurt me, I will hurt them back. No other side. No. That's how you're not gonna become, it's a program. It's a program for you never gonna become God. You never become creator of your reality. There is a program of distraction and utilization, and you will be, a suicide program will kick in. There are a lot of people that in spiritual community, they commit suicide by flying away. Basically, they are just rejecting reality. They go, something else hijack their body, and they are on the streets. They living on the streets. They can't even form a sentence. They cannot live in the physical body. Their physical body is hijacked by these programs, by demonic things, their channel. But only if you only channel material things and you don't have spirituality, you don't have connection, you don't have the souls, you see that in the reptilians that are now taken over. They don't have that emotional knowledge. They cannot experience. They have no connection to the source, to the divine. They don't have divine spark. They don't have that. They don't have these elements. So they open only to channel to material. That's why they create. That's why they build shit. They buy. They have money, and it's not enough. And then they kill. Like there's a lot of the stuff happening. And you should be able to see that, to see the other side, and not to go crazy, not to be painful. You should be able to see that, and stay in the body, and choose to love yourself, choose to help others through that. Choose to stay in the body and feel good. Now that's a creator, that's a power, that's energy, that's a will, that's knowledge. And I have downloads. Right now I'm talking to you, I don't even know who's talking. It's not even me. I don't know who's talking, but it's divine channel. It's divine. I'm connecting, I'm receiving information. If I ask some questions, I receive answers. And I check with me if it's aligned or not aligned. and I get trapped. I still have programs. I'm gonna continue working through programs, and I see them, and they're appearing in different, but only through actions, through interaction with other people, that I see these programs in me, and I correct it, I fix it, I see it. I'm like, oh, okay. How many times have you, you came out of the spiritual, because it's a spiritual matrix topic today, how many times you caught yourself telling you, oh, it's the divine, it's not me, it's the universe wants this. The universe wants it. You are the fucking universe. What do you want? It's not, you see, it's a program. You program to not think. You program to, it's something outside of you. It's something out there. But it's inside. Your willpower, you're like, okay, I wake up this morning and I want this day to be like this. And you create it with your power. No magical thinking. Oh, the universe is telling me, universe. You are the universe. You are the fucking God. What do you see? I used to say that. And I'm probably will be saying a lot of things, and then my next podcast I will be saying a bit different, and because I will realize some other programs. But this is, I wanted to give you you guys, for those who are gonna get to that point, and when you start to sober up, there are a lot of beautiful souls in spiritual matrix that when they kicked in their suicide program, because it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to get out. It's very beautiful. You need even further, more power, more energy to get out of there. If you don't, you will be subjected to that illusion, to that egregore, and you will never realize yourself. You will be for the rest of your life. You will have to live in that and serve that matrix. But we need people sober. We need people to lead. We need to wake up. We are here for that. Not to propagate. It's the same thing as crusades with religion. If you come out of the spiritual matrix and you singing mantras and you creating your own circles and you inviting people to sing the same mantras that I rejected. I couldn't. I got to Green Tara, and I could not learn the language. I could not learn these mantras. My whole being rejects Vedic astrology, rejects. It's not the knowledge, but the program that's there. The words mantras are key words to serve specific energy egregores. They're key words. It's a magical spell. Yes, it's a green Tara. Yes, it seemed like, oh, it's for healing. It's a goddess. Who is this goddess? She's an alien that once was there, and now I'm feeding her instead of me. So now you will see, I don't have green Tara. I'm not branding. It's just me, Larissa. That's it. I'm giving energy and my knowledge here. Nobody. I'm out of all the egregores. It's the energy to withstand that criticism when I came out of these egregores. You will see the reality when you leave that. when you leave toxic relationship, for example, right, abusive relationship, when you're in there, you don't see, you don't hear, people tell you, you don't see, I heard nothing. It was one article at some point when I was still in the spiritual community. I read an article on Facebook where this woman was talking or writing a story, and I read her whole story, and I was like, oh my God, what is she talking about? How can she say what I'm saying to you right now? I was so deep into this thing. I couldn't see it. I needed to sober up. So, and we need sober people, sober, conscious, adult people with willpower on a level of their God, on God level, with their God particle, with energy, with critical thinking, to create, to destroy these programs, and to create facilities, to create not create these hospitals with artificial lights, with chemotherapy. We need to create infrastructure. AI is now, you're gonna lose all jobs. You need to come to your power now, is more than ever. Disasters, the planet on the verge of destruction, and you still singing little mantras and being a little cute kid, not having your material money. If you don't have money, please sober up. Stop doing mushrooms, ayahuasca. It's enough. You've done it. You back in the body, feel the pain. If you're a man and you're still doing weed, smoking weed, stop smoking. Stop. Just feel it. Just feel your body. What does it want? Does it want to scream? Does it want to fuck? What does it want? Feel it and do it. Don't suppress it. You have energy. You have potential. We need this energy right now. We need leadership. We need people with critical thinking, not with magical thinking and little boys running around with their dicks that don't know what to do with it. You guys, you have power in your dick. Connect with it. Okay, I'm gonna end on this sentence. I hope I uncovered this somehow. I don't know. I will have more, but I feel like I'm gonna end. Write me your thoughts when you listen to it on YouTube, on Instagram. Comment. I will break your, if you have negative comments, even better. I want them. I want your true opinion. I want your thoughts, and we'll work together through this. Bye guys. I love you very much. Love you.